Greetings, humans. It is I, Lord Bael, here with a 2-for-1 review of Frailty and To Die Alone, their split EP, Ghosts. Frailty is a relatively new band to the scene. To Die Alone has been doing their thing for a year or two now. Both bands really present their passion on this release, and I think that they make a very good team up for this split EP. Frailty encompasses the first 3 tracks of the split, with To Die Alone finishing up the last 3 tracks. Personally, I kind of like that format. It lets you take each band as their own thing, as opposed to kind of alternating tracks and feeling like a mishmash. Frailty provides a little more aggressive front end of the release, and To Die Alone is a little more subdued and low-key on the second half. So let's dig right into the Frailty side first. What we find here is a mix of a couple different styles of aggressive music kind of rolled into one performance. While generally this is falling into the hardcore idiom, they're mixing in a couple different elements as well. Vocally, there's a range of performance styles, from kind of the death metal lows to some kind of high screeches and typical hardcore yells. There's some clean singing in there. However, overall, I think the best vocal performance from Frailty is in its clean singing and also in its just kind of yelling. I didn't find myself drawn to the low vocals or the high vocals as much, which presents somewhat of a problem because those are the vocals that really encompass most of their work. Now, it sounded to me like the kind of yells were being done by maybe the guitarist or bass player, not the main vocalist per se. And honestly, if that's the case, then they need to be utilizing that guitar player or bassist's vocals much more. However, the clean singing was actually pretty neat. It was almost this kind of Morrissey style performance on track 1. And even whenever the volume kicks up and he kind of goes into a higher register, it still doesn't hit that nasally or whiny performance that a lot of bands I see use. It was refreshing to hear someone singing and it not, hurting. Again, musically, we're finding a lot of different styles being incorporated. There's a lot of just kind of like breakdowns with feedback. There's some two-stepping. There's some bitch and riffage. It's a pretty good show of different styles and genres. Recording quality-wise, the vocals, again, kind of just sound like they're laid on top with the aggressive vocals. And they just didn't really fit with the tone of the other instruments. The recording of the other instruments sounded like it was an actual live performance. It wasn't just, drumagogued or superior drummered out. Again, this is kind of a refreshing change from a lot of the stuff that I've listened to recently. Kind of switching gears and moving towards the To Die Alone tracks, we find ourselves a lot more subdued and a little more ambient in the performance. To Die Alone are kind of like a post-hardcore band that's playing riffs that would normally be distorted, but they just leave their guitars on the clean channel. And it kind of works. The dichotomy of the music being clean and pretty open while the vocals are just so harsh and drastic, it feels just bleak. And while not all the parts flow together well, the overall performance is good. These recordings aren't anything spectacular, but I didn't really hear anything that I really didn't like. What To Die Alone have going for them is that they're relatively unique for this area. I think if they incorporated a little more variety and development within their songs, they could really take off. The overall EP balances out well. The 3 songs presented by both bands are probably of equal merit and value. While there wasn't anything that really jumped out as amazing to me, nothing really stood out as bad. I'm really torn between like a 6, 6.5, somewhere in there. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you as always for watching. I'm Lord Bael, and I'll see you next time.